Hey little cuties, we are going to do another math lesson that has to do with weight. Remember how yesterday we colored the different colors of pictures? So if the picture was heavier, we colored it blue, and if the picture was lighter, then we colored it yellow. So today we are going to continue talking about heavier and lighter, but we are going to be using a tool. So Mrs. Murray got out her balance scale because sometimes when we're holding two things in our hands, it's hard for us to figure out which one is actually heavier and which one is actually lighter. So Mrs. Murray brought out my balance scale. And so as you can see, my balance scale has two buckets on both sides, just like we talked about yesterday. And because there's nothing in them, they should be equal or even. So if you look right over here, there's a little point, and it's marked, and it's pointing to the other little point, the green point. So when they're matched up, that means that it's the same. But what would happen if Mrs. Murray put a pencil in one of the buckets? So I'm going to put a pencil on this side. Look at that. This side went down. So remember how yesterday I had mentioned the balance scale, and I said that if one side is a little bit further down, that is heavier than whatever is in the other bucket. So in this instance, the pencil is heavier than nothing, which we could have figured that out, right? But what we're going to do today is we are going to find two objects. We're going to put one object on one side, one object on the other side, and we're going to figure out which one weighs more or is heavier, okay? So Mrs. Murray is going to use her, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to use my pencil and a cube, and we're going to see which one is heavier. So I'm going to put my cube on this side. I'm going to put my pencil on this side. Now if you look, if the little points match up, then they're about the same, right? So Mrs. Murray is going to stop the scale from moving a little bit. Okay, so the points are not matched up, but if you look, this bucket is just a little tiny bit lower than the bucket with the cube. So what we're going to do is we are going to get out your Unit 5 math packet, and we are going to turn to this page where it has heavier, lighter. And since we compared the cube and the pencil, what we're going to do is on the heavier side, let me find my other pencil. On the heavier side, which is over here, we are going to draw the pencil. Okay. And on the lighter side, we are going to draw the cube. Okay. Now we're going to find two other things. So I'm going to take out my cube and my pencil. I'm going to make sure that my scale is balanced and even so that my two little points are touching. And this time, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my shapes and a dry erase marker. Oh my goodness. Remember, the side that is lower is the heavier side. So if you look, my shape is higher up, my marker is further down. So that means that my marker is heavier. So I'm going to draw my marker on this side. Okay? And on this side, my shape, which is the square, is higher up because it's lighter. So here's what I want you to do. I know that you do not have a balance scale at home, but Mrs. Murray has put on Schoology a way that you can make a balance scale if you would like to. If you do not have a balance scale and you do not want to make one, that is totally fine. What I would like for you to do is go find 2 objects, and you're going to figure out of those 2 objects which one is heavier, you're going to draw it here, and which one is lighter, and you're going to draw it here. Then you're going to go look around some more and find 2 more objects. And you're going to do the same thing with the very bottom boxes, okay? If you would like to label your pictures, like Mrs. Murray could label this pencil and cube, marker and shape, just to give yourselves a little challenge, then you can totally do that. Oh, Mrs. Murray spelled shape wrong. Better fix my mistake. S-H, not S-P-H. Silly Mrs. Murray. Okay, so I want you to finish your chart by finding 2 objects and figuring out which one is heavier and which one is lighter. You're going to do that 2 times. 1 time here and 1 time on the bottom. When you get done with that, you're going to look on the back, and the directions say, color the object that is heavier. So you're going to look at both objects in each box, and you're going to think, which one is heavier? And that is the one that you are going to color in, okay? You're going to do that for this one, and 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 this one. And then on the very bottom it says, draw something that is heavier than a lunchbox. So think of a lunchbox and think of anything that would be heavier, and you're going to draw a picture here, okay? When you are done, you are going to upload the heavier page and the page we just talked about, the heavier and lighter page, onto your Practice It, Share It folder in Schoology so Mrs. Murray can check your work, okay? All right, my friends, I hope you are having a great time taking pictures, and I will see you in a few hours. All right, bye.